Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, strong power, and love. Our God, He's an awesome God. Our God, oh glory. He's an awesome God. He reigns. Good morning, people. Happy Sunday. What's going on, Jesse? Uh-huh. Child, I just got the news. I just got the news about this fool, Keith. People gotta stop coddling these idiots, child, and tell the damn truth. Little Sparkle Covington, Pretty Tangs, Miss Sherry, Inette 75. How y'all doing this Sunday morning? Listen, I chose the song Our God is an Awesome God because this is God's world. God did this. God did all of it. God made the fishes in the sea. God made the birds in the sky, and He made us, all of us. Not, oh, I made those, but I didn't make those. God, He made those. I read it on page 1700. I read it on page 1700. Right. If you're not preaching the goodness of God, honey, I don't want to hear none of that bullshit, right? Apparently, what I'm talking about is this dude, Keith Morrison. Now, he done changed, he's the one that a month or so ago came on here talking about how he done changed his mind about homosexuality. He been sucking dick and getting fucked in the ass all his whole life, but now he changed his mind. He delivered. Well, what we found out today, and from a source that I don't particularly like, so I won't say the name, but apparently this Keith McQUEEN is, I called this out when I talked about it over a month ago. I told you then, I said, no, honey, there's a financial motivation behind all this sudden change in life. And as it turns out, this dude, he is being evicted from 6 different properties. He's being evicted not only from where he lives, but from these churches that he's supposed to run. He is in financial ruin, financial disaster. People are suing him. And so he's making this great exit now from the LGBT community. Brother, I use the word loosely. Keep it to your goddamn self. Why are you over here trying to change other people's minds and throw more fire on that already flame that is starting to wither, right? Because it's not true. The flame is starting to wither. You want to throw it up now. Oh, I'm delivered. You can change. You can change. Oh, change has come over you. You've changed. Your life is your life. This is what pisses me off about these damn religious people. They've made a career out of running their goddamn mouth about what God said this, God said that. He, in this damn video, he made one 4 days ago. A second video with this other dude who says he's delivered. And I don't give a goddamn if you're delivered or not, honey. If you feel like you're delivered, you don't want to suck no more dick for the rest of your life, girl. Good for you. But why are they always trying to corrupt other people's minds and confuse other young children, honey? You're confusing people, right? You're fucking up the game. Correct? But he want to go here. Now he's over there running his mouth again. And I can only make it through a few minutes before they started this religious mumbo jumbo child about what God told me. I heard God said this. I heard nigga, you ain't heard shit. You hear God the same way we do, girl. All you're doing is seeing in a book some goddamn where, a book written thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, and then you're talking about the word came. It's hard being a prophet and all this old bullshit, right? So we want to evaluate what he has to say now. He said this bullshit a month ago, how he didn't change his life. And God spoke to him. And God is always, did God tell you to pay your goddamn rent? How in the fuck you get in that pickle? You got six evictions running simultaneously. Your church has failed. Your marriage has failed. Everything you touched turned to shit, correct? And then you gonna bring your ass over here and trying to turn it on us now. There are people, young people, still fighting with their parents, still trying to make sense out of this bullshit, correct? Then they got throw your ass like you throw your ass out there like you have the answer because you are a prophet. And God told you this. You got lying to these damn people, girl. People, stop believing these people when they're telling you that God's telling them something every day. God don't talk. God does not talk like that, girl. I mean, he's just not always running his mouth to you, to these fools over here, girl. And no matter, and it's always about what is your need. You need a new ministry. Your ministry has failed, and you turn your back on the very people who supported you. That is the truth. That is the facts, honey. And it sounds like you were quite the slut when you was in the marriage. Is that what destroyed the relationship, child? You know, by living in this world, you know what gay is. You know what homosexuality is. It is not having sex. I haven't had sex in 20 years. I'm still homosexual. It is my nature. The word nature. What does nature mean? Nature, the creation, everything that exists in nature, everything that's natural, everything that was created by supernatural force, all of that is nature. There's nature, and you know it. There is no way you could have survived in this world without knowing it. So how in the fuck it gets flipped over now? Let's hear a little bit of this bullshit, child. I couldn't make it but a few minutes. I really, my tolerance for bullshit is so low. Hold on a minute. So this dude, he has one. What's up? His name? The other one. His name is. We Need to Talk. He is one of these ones who believes that he is delivered and all that. And I'm not opposed. If you feel like you delivered, nigga, you delivered. Shit, I'm delivered from crystal methamphetamine. I don't got to convince nobody. I ain't got to come over here and tell them, oh, you got to take the potion. Oh, you got to get delivered. Nigga, it's personal. It is personal. My spiritual life, it is a personal thing. Why y'all got to come on here try to convince everybody else? They got to feel like you feel, right? And that you a prophet and God told you. So how many preachers are there in America? How many are there? Are there 100,000? So God told all of you, and then half the time, God is not telling me even the same thing, right? God told the Methodists this. God told the Catholics that. God told God told all of them everything. Yeah. Every time they go into the fucking service, every week, God done told them something else. God is doing a whole lot of talking. 100,000. So how many millions of conversations is he having with these motherfuckers, girl? Then he got to run the other 300 million people. I'm off track. Hold on a minute. I like to get a taste from the horse's mouth.
A little bit of hysteria.
Oh, yeah.
It caused a little bit of hysteria in multiple communities.
Yeah.
Here are two of them together.
I'm not a stranger to
4
having these
days ago.
conversations, and with your platform, you've been sharing some of this stuff, of course, as well. But us coming together was problematic, right?
Yes.
And so I personally, some people were bringing some stuff to my attention, different interviews, and I saw some things, and I'm just like, hold on, wait.
Right.
Is he saying something different here? Is he standing on what he said on this platform? Because it seems like when these interviews take place, there's, he's giving an ear to what these people are going through. They're telling him things like, you should have stood up for this community. You should have did this. You should have did that. And I was just like, man, let me reach out to my brother.
For sure.
I don't want to make any assumptions. I don't want to, guess. And when I talked to you, I was given just so much peace and reassurance because I didn't want you to to be crushed by the pressure of any antagonism or anything like that. So I just want to make sure that man, what God gave you was legit. It was powerful and transformational. And I hope you see that. And I hope you're not feeling some type of unnecessary weight that is not from God to like back down from the things that you said. So could you please kind of shed light? Because some people might be saying, hey, wait.
Because he's still gay. Wait a minute. Okay. I didn't. They're both long-winded. Okay. So apparently this dude's going to say something different than he said a month ago, 2 months ago. Child, even if you're having some period where you feel like, oh, it's wrong, I must marry a woman and kiss her in the mouth every night and all this other bullshit, girl. Even if you go through that period, what happened to all the other ex-gay movements, honey? All through the history, the last 100 years or so, all the ones that popped up with their gay, ex-gay, I'm ex-gay and all that. What happened to all of those organizations? Are not all the people who are going through that season in their life, are not all of them now gay again? Honey, you can't be, you can be God given, no matter how, whatever God has put on this earth, honey, it's not for you to decide you want to change it. Correct? I'm just saying. So let me get myself together here. I guess I'm gonna have to listen to more. I think they're on there for hours. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Because I called this shit from the first time. I said there's something going on in that boy's church. I think people, before they start playing this shit, they need to go and investigate him and see what is the state of his church. And we see that they're all bankrupt. All of his churches are bankrupt. His personal finances, bankrupt. Everything he's touched and built is bankrupt. And so is it unusual that he would come up with some new doctrine now? Right? He want to try to crank that thing up again. But unfortunately, idiot, the world has grown up somewhat since they were so on fire. I'm on fire for Jesus. I'm on fire for Jesus. You did it all for Jesus, yet Jesus didn't have no opinion on it. So how in the hell did they get it all mixed up? Because they make that Bible say whatever the hell they wanted to say. Correct? And so, let me see if I can do this.
Watch all the way through, but it looks a lot different than when he was on Ezekiel's platform.
I think
so
this
can we
dude starts
address
talking
that?
For sure, absolutely. And thank you for having me back. Glad to be here. And you know, it's been an interesting journey. Embracing the call to be a prophet means
no.
Part of my
Shut up.
I think my wrestling with God.
Shut your ass up. Embracing the call to be a prophet. They always got the call. Everybody got the goddamn call. We just said 100,000 of these motherfuckers have got the call. They all got the call to him. So now you're a prophet now, right? So why was you putting your mouth in people's assholes for all these years before you suddenly decide you got the call because your marriage fell apart? Because it seems like from your infidelity, child, a relationship is a relationship. Love is love. And you know it. You know it. I am a homosexual person, girl. I know good and goddamn well what it's like. I know how it comes upon you. The knowledge of it comes upon you. Ain't no way in hell you believe this bullshit because you read it in a goddamn old ass book. You know the truth, right? But you said, no, the money's on the other side. I got to do something different. This is not working. Well, I got news for you. A lot of churches had a hard time through after COVID, honey. You got to get in there and fight for what you believe. You don't believe nothing, correct? You don't believe shit. And they need to get some testimonies out of whatever town you're living in, child, and find out if you really as clean as you're professing to be. Because I don't know how you turn to the desire for men and balls and dicks and assholes. How you just switch that over. Oh, I'm going to turn it. Now I'm like a woman. I'm going to be in love. We're going to go to Coney Island. Oh, I love you, baby. Really? It just switches over like that, huh? It switches over because you need the money and you need a ministry. You need a place to run your mouth, correct? Do I take offense at you? I take extreme offense at you, sir. You're a traitor, a turncoat, right? And a person of low character, correct? This is a fight, honey. Fight for our lives, girl. And you should not be on that podium talking that kind of bullshit. At least you were talking last month. I don't know if he switched over or not. I don't know what he's talking about right now. Hold on. Because he is still gay. Even when he was talking that shit last month, he couldn't even say, I'm not going to say that I'm not still attracted to men. I'm just not going to do it. Nigga, most of the homosexuals I know, girl, are in their 50s and 60s. And guess what? I can only think of one of them even has sex. That didn't change them from being gay. Because they stopped having sex, that don't mean that's like Little Richard. Little Richard, he 80 something years old. Oh, I'm not gay no more. I'm not gay no more. Well, of course you're not gay no more. You're 87 years old in a wheelchair. How the fuck you gonna be gay, honey? What is gay? What is it? You are still a homosexual, honey, right? Your church was in disrepair. So now apparently there's evidence floating around that you are bankrupt on all levels. Your church, your ministry failed. That's what you got to look at. Don't go trying to turn all this shit against your own goddamn people, girl. You know they can't help but being gay. You know that. You've talked to transgender people before in your ministry. You would have to have, because they're part of our community, correct? You talk to them. You know them people are not playing. You know them people didn't just wake up one morning. What's happening, partner? What's happening, partner? Oh, I think I'm gonna be a sissy. Oh yeah, girl. Oh yeah. With the exception of Jay Wilson, you know those people are different people. There's a different element to them, correct? Right? You don't know that it's not a hormone imbalance. All you know is that it exists, correct? Just like we exist. We are here. We are here. We are here. The whole argument that we're not here is stupid. It don't make no goddamn sense, girl. How y'all doing? Y'all got views on this stuff, child. It's like with the farther we get, the closer we get, honey. We always got these assholes, these opportunities to push it away. He sees an opportunity for a new a ministry here. That's why he's going on to this other dude who's made his whole life that he is delivered. Well, if you're delivered, just be delivered. Right? You get up there and you preach about, oh, it's a personal relationship. It's a personal well, what's so personal about you, girl? All you niggas want to do is come on here and try to change somebody else. You got to change. You got to change. It's not godly. It's not God's best. It's not God's best to you, right? Because for you, God's best is always going to be you. Whatever you represent, that's God's best. It's your own self, right? It ain't God's best for me. I would look like a goddamn fool to him or her faking and pretending to love a woman who I don't love. To have children who I know good and goddamn well I'm not going to be there to be their father. And I'm only, no, I got a dick on the side. Right? And it's all going to come out eventually, honey. You want to come up there and be fake. Do y'all have any views? I'm talking about this boy, Keith McQUEEN. I talked about him a little over a month ago or so. This is one of these ones that I'm delivered, right? Y'all laughed at Andrew Caldwell. Why is he any different? Laughing his ass too. So this thing goes on for 3 hours, yeah. I ain't no way in hell I'm watching this bullshit for 3 hours. But is he saying now maybe I was not unkind to the gays? Because you are the gays, nigga. Simple as that, child. You trying to find a way that you can make that damn thing work, right? It must be hard to be a pastor, right? When you got to get up there every week and try to convince these people that they need to hear the same damn story they've been hearing for 40 years. They got to hear that again, right? Why? Because that justifies your income. That gives you a career, because they need to hear it, right? From my understanding, in the biblical times, the only reason they had rabbis and these preachers and so forth was because people were illiterate. They couldn't read. They didn't know how to read or write. So they had to have the ministry, the people to come and then come in the squares and read the Bible for them, right? And so now in modern day people, they feel like, oh no, you need us. You need us. You need me. You need me like a tree needs the rain. Where did that song from? Oh, that's from Gilligan's Island, honey. Remember Mrs. Howell? You need us. You need us. Nobody needs your punk ass, girl. All you do is pick up the Bible and read it for yourself, girl. Your own interpretations thing, right? And stop trying to base this world that we live in now on some shit that happened thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, who was written by men. Nope, no, there's no passage in there claiming that this Bible was written by God. It was never written by God. It ain't the word of God, right? According to the book you calling God, child, didn't the book say that Jesus Christ was the word made flesh to dwell upon us? Is Jesus, right? When did that book become the word? Somebody wrote that book down. And if I wrote a book and you wrote a book and you wrote a book and you wrote a book, they would say different things. And it would be what we believe to be true. Just like you over here hollering about how you are a prophet and God told you this and God told you that, God told you this. That's the same thing they're doing in the goddamn, in the Bible, child. How many of them could read and write? Who would teach them? Let me see if I can get a small taste of this bullshit.
I knew it would be met with backlash. You know, I think I shared this with you. Sometimes we look at the text with the Disney goggles, and we don't really see that these are humans, people having supernatural experiences while dwelling within their humanity. I don't think I've ever related to Moses more than I did before. After I did this interview, there is the part of you as a prophet where you release that decree, but there is also your humanity that has empathy for the people that you are ministering to. And for a long time, these were my family members. These were the people I walked with, I talked with. You know, when you're being called out of something and having to now decree the judgment and the word of the Lord.
Shut up, traitor. Okay, Elaine, what are you saying? Tim, I agree with you, but if God can deliver someone from addiction, he can deliver from everything, including sexual orientation. I don't believe it's something one can wish or will away. You don't believe it's something the person can wish or will. Elaine, if God was into delivering from homosexuality, I mean, we can find millions of cases where he's delivered people from beating their wives. He can deliver people from drug addiction, alcoholism. There's all kind of shit to be delivered from, right? Yes, God can deliver if it is the strongly the desire of your heart. If it's strongly the desire of your heart, if you no longer want to suck, you feel but I don't know how you're going to change that into the desire, to the desire for a whole different lifestyle, right? I don't get that switch. Yes, he can make you not have sex. Hell, I don't have sex. That ain't no big deal. Most people I know in my age group, they don't have sex. But that don't change the fact of who I am. I'm still just a person who don't have sex. But if God can deliver people from their sexual orientation, why don't he deliver some straight people? Are they ever delivered from their sexual orientation? I don't hear them out here professing, oh, I got delivered from heterosexuality. And now I'm a homosexual. I'm a happy homosexual because God delivered me. A lot of them wouldn't mind getting out of some of the situations they're in, honey. Wait, well, I'll just be gay. I'll just be gay. Right? Can God deliver? Why don't he do it? People have to stop denying the creation of God. The creation is so wonderful. And homosexual people are in creation. You can't just take that out because they didn't talk about it in the Bible. What the fuck they know in the Bible? What they know about the internet in the Bible? What they know about addiction to crack in the Bible? Right? Everything is supposed to be in the Bible. It's in the Bible. Everything is not in the Bible. The world has gone on, honey. When I walk on my door in the morning, girl, there's 50 and 60 driverless cars Cars with nobody in them, driving back and forth, girl. I mean, the world changes. We advance when we have more knowledge. It's stupid. To me, it's foolish to believe that these people who they didn't even know what toilet paper was. They're supposed to know all the answers to life. I'm not hollering at you, my love. You know you're my favorite. Mm-hmm. I know I should have read this whole thing. I think this boy is going to be saying something that is perceived as different than he said last month. I don't know. I'm really not that interested in these people. They keep making themselves important. All this boy, whoever runs this damn show, We Got to Talk, all he sees is another episode, right? This McQUEEN boy, I can go get back on stage. Oh, that was real popular last month. Oh, it caused quite a ruckus. So now you're on there to cause another ruckus, correct? But you didn't perceive that these people will be talking about your financial situation, which is what I called from the very beginning. It's all about money. You're not making none. And you owe everybody, correct? So now you're going to jump on the other team. Why? Because there's more of them, right? And you're trying to figure out a way to get some money, right? Because instead of going to school and getting yourself a career outside of ministry, no, you depended totally on everything's got to be revolved around ministry. So you got to make ministry work, correct? So maybe you could pull another audience. You can get some of these fools talking about they deliver. Okay, well, maybe you'll find 15 or 20 of them. That's my big thing. Who was I talking to? Elaine. I know sometimes it sounds like I'm anti-God and all that. No, it ain't again nothing to do with anti-faith, anti-God. I'm a strong believer in God. I talk to him every single day, right? I'm a strong believer in God, but I do not believe that the Bible is God. I don't think you should treat the Bible as God. I don't see it that way, child. Right? Even the people who put the Bible together, the Catholics, child, they say, oh no, we got to tell the gospel 4 different times. We need 4 different people because we know that one person telling the story is not going to be an accurate story. Right? I'm just saying, honey, the hatred. When I went into the Bible, I pulled something great out of it. I pulled Jesus Christ out of it. It made me a believer for life. It hasn't diminished. I've been Christian for over 25 years now, child, and I was a real heathen. Real heathen. I shot up crystal meth 4 times a day for 17 years. I know what it is to be delivered. I know what it is to have it taken out of your brain. Well, you never even think about that anymore, child. Correct? I take it very seriously. Faith. And that's what you should be. If you're in ministry, you should be encouraging people to have faith. We got people walking on the street eating trash out the food out the trash can and shit, girl, stabbing holes all in their head and all this kind of stuff, child. And all you going to do is talking about, oh, you're going to go to hell. Oh, you got to do what the words say. Oh, what the words say. Don't worry about what the words say. Worry about what God says. If you believe in me, if you believe in your heart, you'll know that no one can change the path that you must go. There are still, right now, 13-year-old children being kicked out of their house because their parents are so damn religious. It's against God. It's against, but mama, where'd I come from? You're a heterosexual. Daddy's a heterosexual. Where the fuck did I come from? If it's so evil. Huh? Tell me that. No, you got to get out of my house. I would not have that scene in my house. I would not have that scene in my house. You're failing as a parent, right? You need to figure out a way to understand your child. But no, they're still carrying on like that, child, right? Because they're convinced that whatever's in that book, girl, God said it. Or you have fools like this who telling them that they are prophets. They are self-appointed prophets, right? That means whatever they say, that's what God said. That's bullshit. That means you don't even have respect for your creator, right? They're always wrapping around what? No, and then Y'all don't believe me. Y'all do not believe me, honey.
To people that were
how are you a heretic? Wait a minute. How are you a heretic last year and now you a prophet?
Use your brothers, your sisters. You know, I don't think we think about.
We gotta skip ahead.
Moses.
Now I'm gonna hear about Moses. I'm gonna hear about you.
So what you're pretty much saying is it would have been far more profitable and beneficial to you personally to shut up and stay silent.
Absolutely. I had a major deal on the table with a major streaming network. We were going to do a documentary that was going to
give us more money,
highlight this doctrine concerning the acceptance of homosexuality in the church. It was going to push for, particularly in the African American Latino church. And everything was on the table. We were going to make major money. When I say major money, I mean major money. I'm not just talking six figures, major money. And the Lord spoke to me and said, if you do this, I'm going to require your life. He said, you cannot do this. They told me, they said, you know, if you go out and share that you've made a doctrinal shift, if you go out and talk about your deliverance, we're going to have to pull the plug on this. And the Lord spoke to me and said, so what is it going to be?
He spoke again?
What are you going to do? I made the decision to pull the plug on that because I refuse to gain the world and lose my soul, to lose my ability to choose, to reason. Your soul is your chooser. You lose
this thing, shut up, girl. Shut up, goddammit. Shut up. They always trying to make it motherfucker in professional mouthpieces. Shut up. The Holy Spirit ain't told you shit. Shut up. Oh, they get on my nerves. I can't even do my research, honey. Elaine, I believe that if a person has a strong desire that they really want to live a heterosexual life, they hate their homosexual existence, they can call on God to help them to do anything. If they want to be a lawyer, they can call on God. God, I'm having trouble in school, but I really want to be a lawyer, and God can help them. I believe that. So I don't always jump on everybody's throat. Oh, you still gay, you still gay. I don't give a shit if you're gay or not, nigga. I'm trying to figure out why you got to change everybody else to be like you. Be like me, be like me. No, I don't want to be like you, bitch. Just have your own testimony, your own personal relationship with God. When God delivered me from Vacaville State Prison, girl, and I felt it in prison. I had been to prison 10 times, right? I had been to prison 10 times after being a drug addict, a meth addict and seller for 17 years. And I woke up one morning and it was gone. The whole desire was gone. I had gotten out of prison over and over and over and over again. And even before I went to prison, girl, I was in jail every other goddamn week. Every week. Every time I got out, I got high again. Every single time I got high again. 30-something times in jail, 10 times in prison. Every time I got out, what did I do? I went and got high again. But this time, when I told my grandmama, I said, Grandmama, it's gone. I walked out of that prison. It was nothing. It was gone. What was the only difference? I started trusting in Jesus Christ as my personal savior. I believed he could deliver me. I believed it. And it's been working for me for over 25 years. If you're not encouraging that, you have a personal religion that works for you, honey. It don't work for nobody else. Out here telling people how much God. Do you even watch the news? Do you even identify what the fuck evil is? Did you see this kid? What was it, yesterday? Went into school and killed 2 people and tried to kill another 8 of them. Do you understand that there really is evil in the earth, honey? Really evil. What are these gay people doing to you? They went in their bedroom. And that affects you in what way? But it was in the word. What else was in the word? Out of over 2,000 pages, girl, how many pages did this God's hatred of homosexual? How many sentences is that in? Right? Why can't you only remember that? Only shit you remember is shit that doesn't apply to you. Correct? God didn't make it. Okay, well, show me the scripture where the devil says he made people. He created people. He could create sexual identity because it runs deep, honey. It runs deep, people. There are people ain't never had sex at all and homosexual. It's just a reality. Why can't you accept the things that are in God's creation that are beautiful and are wonderful? You think there are no talents in homosexual people? Who gave them that? Where'd that come from? That's from the devil too? Why make him creative? Why? If he hates them so much. I think it's a good exercise to pretend for a moment that there is no Bible. You never heard of a Bible. Nobody ever wrote no damn Bible. Just pretend for a moment. What's left? What's left of our understanding of God? It is what he has created. We understand God by what he has created. Correct? And there are millions and millions and millions of people who are homosexual. When did it become a nasty thing? I read it in the book. I read it in the book. Anyway, if this fool wanted to go and spend the rest of his life, last month he said that he's still attracted to men, but he's not a homosexual no more. You know, some people believe that gay is different than homosexuality. They believe that. They believe that. That's why a lot of these people call themselves down low, whatever, and they can admit that they have sex with men, but they still are not gay. Gay, in many people's minds, is a lifestyle. Right? I live here in the Castro. Big, huge gay community. I choose all the places that I've lived as an adult. I've chosen to live around other gay people. Correct? It is a lifestyle. My friends are primarily gay people. Correct? I live a gay lifestyle. I admit that I am gay. I don't try to hide it, cover it up, or anything like that. And they consider that different than having sex. Am I right or am I wrong? Mm-hmm. So they got to be same gender loving. No, don't be same gender loving, honey. Gay is a international word. It'll be known all over the world. You can go to Afghanistan and say gay and they know what it is. Even if they want to kill your ass, they still know what it is, child. Oh, what's that? Jay Wilson says that you're a convicted. Jesus Hernandez, you in one of those moves, huh? You say that's what Jay Wilson says, that you're a convicted felon many times. Many times. Baby, Jesus Hernandez, I am not a phony bitch. If whatever I've lived in my life, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm just not. So yes, I will tell you, yes, I was a many time convicted felon. Correct? I was addicted to crystal methamphetamine for many, many years. Correct? That's an experience that I had. However, I have not been a meth addict for over 25 years on this side of it, and for 27 years before it happened. I wasn't born a drug addict. That's an experience that I had, girl. And God delivered me. How do I know it was God? How do you know you didn't just change your mind? God did it because God is the one who I turn to. The only hope I've ever had of sobriety has been in faith, that he, not me, my faith was in him. You can do this, Jesus. I believe you. The primary gospel, he ran around delivering people from very precarious situations, like some of them even dead. I can deliver you. I can change if I could only touch the hem of his garment. If I could only touch faith, if I can believe, he'll do it. God will do it. Right? That's what you're supposed to be preaching. Get off of trying to always demonize every goddamn body, child. You ain't doing no service to God. He told you to go out and make disciples of all of them. And they're so amazed. But all these gay people, oh, how come you don't love the church? You don't love God. You done spent the last 50 years convincing these people that God hates them. Now, what have you done for God? They're not his people. They got separate people. What is this shit? There is humanity. That's what he created. Humanity with the ability to reproduce. But does that mean that every soul on this planet has to keep reproduce? Is that what the damn Republicans have done to us, child? They told these people, oh, no, you can't have no abortion. You just got to make babies and make more babies and make more babies. Correct? No, that's not the end of God's creation. He has all kind of creation, honey. Have you ever looked at a giraffe and how different a giraffe looks than a little turtle? I'm just saying, all kinds of creations, honey. I'm off track. Forgive me, people. This is that. It was that easy. I mean, just horrible to think of the destruction that is caused by religious stupid ass ideas, honey. I mean, goddamn. People out there in the desert wiping their ass with leaves, and you think they have all knowledge? All knowledge, right? You say, oh, God said it in Corinthians. God said it in Ephesians. God said it in the New Testament. When Jesus quoted the Bible, when he said it is written, he was talking about the Old Testament, correct? That's all they knew. That was the reality at that point. Life continues to change. Next year, they'll be announcing cars flying in the sky, right? It's not always going to be the same, honey. And it's foolish to keep going back and find these ancient ass writers, child, which they didn't even trust one person to write it. There are 66 books in the Bible. Why did they need 40-something people to write it? These people didn't know each other. They were born hundreds of years separate. But the Catholics say, oh, no, put this in there. Put that. No, that don't fit. That don't fit the story. That don't fit the narrative. Put that in there. Okay, that can go in there. Where the book of songs, the book of people singing songs unto their God. Beautiful thing. Why did it have to be God? God said it. He said it in the book of Songs. Right? Oh, I think as he goes on, I'm not going to bore y'all and take all his voice content, but he says, oh, before he would tell a story about Naomi and Ruth and Naomi, there was a lesbian relationship. So they're throwing that back up in his face and all that. He don't know. It is possible. Anything's possible, child. Stop trying. We ain't got to make all the characters in the Bible gay. We ain't got to make them that. The only ones who are really gonna know if they're gay are the ones who was gay, honey. But the Romans were known for having boys in the goddamn doing what do you mean? The sexy dances and having sex with me. Look here. I will show you my whole collection of artwork, honey. Guess what they all have in common? Pretty much all of them have in common. They're all naked. They're all naked. So the people could not have believed. They could not have believed that it was such a horrible sin to be homosexual if they themselves, the ones who are the most successful, the most accomplished, if they were doing it, when did they change? Right? When did focus move on to this one page? God said this and God said that. They say God said this and God said that, just like the ones today. Every time you get on the preachers, they all claim to be they're all prophets. How many prophets? Didn't the book say, "Oh Israel, Ye have killed the prophets. These niggas then came back to life, right? And you have a much better chance of me believing in this bullshit if they were just every once in a while, God told them something. God told them to move to another state, right? God told them to start a church since they were young and they believed it, right? But for every time we see you, God done told you something else. God told you something every Sunday. God told you something in Bible study. God told you when you get on YouTube, Carol. God just running his mouth all the time. Hey, baby, what do you think about the game? I mean, like you having conversations constantly, and people believe this bullshit, child, and they make careers out of that. They got to have something to talk about next Sunday. Read the same thing over and over. Well, you must be some awful slow learners, in my opinion, because all the scriptures that I know, I learned them when I was in prison. When I was in prison, I got my nose stuck up in there, right? And it stayed stuck up in there, right? And it brought me Christ, honey. So it did a good job. The Bible's a good thing, right? It brought me to faith. Wait a minute. Totally lost my chain of thought. God damn it. Stop all that cussing, Timothy. See, yeah. Oh, the Bible said you should cuss. He said that 7,000 years ago. Mm-hmm. I lost my chain of thought. Forgive me. Is Hollow Rain there? Wait a minute. What's your new name, Hollow Rain? Uh-huh. Hey, Susie, you say you're a good preacher. I'm trying to preach. I'm trying to tell you the truth, honey. There is hope. When I went out to take the dog out this morning, right behind our building, somehow or other, the homeless moved all around San Francisco, and they had moved themselves right behind this building here, right? So I came out, I saw a flame. There was a flame under like blankets. The person had put cardboard and blankets over them, and they had a fire inside of the thing, right? Now we see all the time where there's been fires set by the homeless people, correct? Well, I'm just saying. A person in that state not to realize that you're lighting a flame over a blanket, and you don't have the brain. Your brain is not working well enough to know that you're jeopardizing your very life. The blanket is sitting right on top of your head. The flame is right here, and you're high on drugs. Right? He could blow himself. He could burn himself up. Is that how we want people to live, honey? With all our little ideas? Where do these people come from? They got them all over Los Angeles, all over California, all over New York, Midwest, all over where are all these people coming from? Right? I thought when you train them up, you train them up in a way and they return. Well, a lot of them don't return, baby. A lot of them return to the graveyard. They'll live their whole life like that because they have no conception of spirituality, that there's hope. Right? And you feel like is your assignment. You gotta change. Change God's creation. Tell God, I don't like what you did, and I'm gonna change it. Really. Mm-hmm. Would y'all please hit the like button? Thank you. Thank you, Stephen, for reminding me. That's upset me. It upset me because I called this thing right off the top last month, a month and a half ago. I said, no, there's a money element here, honey. This boy, he done fucked them churches off. How I remember he was in charge of, right? And he gave up. I mean, I go to a gay church, and I know our numbers shrunk during COVID, like most people's numbers shrunk. I heard all the stories of churches failing all over the country, whatever. But no, people dug in. They dug in. We were committed to making it work. Your ass is going to throw your whole community into the garbage can, child, and try something different. Now you're going to live your life as a lie again. Because you don't know if these revelations you're having where God's talking to you all the time, that ain't going to last. What are you going to say when you wake up and you feel like God has told you something else? What do you do with that? Throw it in the garbage? You going to stick to it? So I just wish you the worst of luck with this endeavor of yours, sir. Whether I don't know what you're saying different, really, because you're speaking subliminals. And then you go into all this stuff about what the Bible said, what the Bible says.
Wow. I refuse to do it. And so there has been opposition, but you know what? I don't even want to just completely focus on that. I love the testimonies that have come, because that is why hell is mad. I want to be very clear. Those that are in the LGBTQ plus community, they're not mad at me.
We're not.
They're not mad at me.
I am.
There are strongholds, there are principalities.
No, I'm mad at you.
That rule over that movement, that are mad at me, that are upset with me.
Yes. Turncoat.
There are strongholds,
traitor,
that are killing people in that movement. That are killing people. I've had brothers of mine, I won't mention their name, who were major pastors and leaders of the affirming movement, who have died, and I'm talking in the last few months. Brothers of mine who I was extremely close to.
Wait a minute. They died because they were gay? I got news for you, nigga. You gonna die even if you ain't gay. Well, they were in that movement and they died. Little bitch. Everybody dies, stupid ass. Right? I can't believe the way you would so easily turn your back on your own people. We are your people, nigga. Right? Damn, do you turn on black people too? Whatever fits your agenda? How far in debt are you, sir? That's what I would like. I'd like for you son of a bitches to come and tell the truth. Come and tell us the truth, honey. Why did you turn on your own people? Hey, I was about to be evicted. I got 3 lawsuits. I'm being evicted from my churches. They put locks on the doors. And just tell us the goddamn truth. Maybe somebody send you a Cash App or something. Right? They died because they were in the movement. So being gay makes you die. No, but being trained to hate yourself from your parents, your pastors, and your communities, that might make you kill yourself. Holy people. You did that for God? Is he happy about it? If he didn't want nobody to be gay, why did he just not make him gay? What? Because gay is a very real thing, right? I mean, it's like love is a real thing. It's just something that you just feel. You can't put even a name on it. It's just love. I feel this way about another person. God had to create that as well. There's no reason why you have to be attracted to each other, attracted to anybody. God had to make that part of his creation, attraction, right? The little parts the little nasty parts we have, child, that also had to be added. The attraction to that, because basically it's just an opening. Right? Ain't nothing inherently beautiful about it. It had to be created. The desire has to be created. Right? So maybe leave yourself open to the idea that people are different. There's all kinds of people, honey. That's what I love about my city, about San Francisco. Everybody's here, child. I can go, when I was downtown last night, and I said, let me see. I was going to the gym. I looked around. Let me see how many different races, nationalities I can see. Yes, gays were part of it. I consider them another class. I saw gays and trans people. I saw Asian people. They're a third of the whole damn city. I saw Mexican people. I saw Middle Eastern people. I saw all these people. I don't see it like Donald Trump sees it. Just black and white. All these different kinds of people. All these different kinds of experiences, honey. These people, they're not evil. They're not out there robbing people and killing them and stuff like that, girl. They go in the store and buying them their children Christmas presents. Right? Anyway, I hate the slow talking as if it makes them appear deeper. Slow. That's slow talking. I said, oh shit. Look where I'm at. That's the very beginning of this damn thing, Chuck. Maybe if I skip up a whole hour. Let's try that. We're going to try to skip up a whole hour and see if we can get anything that makes any sense out of this stuff, Chad. Remember, this is their job. This is how they pay their rent. Obviously, he doesn't do it very well. So he's trying something different.
Because I will volunteer myself to say, I used to be the person that would say, for the person that's struggling with homosexuality, they need to understand that it's simply a lust problem.
You're a goddamn. Your mama's a lust problem. Shut up, bitch. I can't do it. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it, honey. It's simply a lust problem. It's simply. What about love? What about love, nigga? We love just like y'all love. It's just lust problem. So straight people, they don't have no lust problem. So you're really under the delusion that when you go into them churches, child, everybody in the church is married to one woman, and she ain't neither, none of them ever been with nobody else. All the women are virgins, yet the place is full of kids. All the women are virgins. All the men never touched a woman in their life. It is highly unusual to find a grown man who's never had sex before. But isn't sex? I mean, sex is sex, right? Isn't it all a sin? Oh, you both only for procreation. You got to pick out a woman. Like that's actual the reality, child. They fuck just as much as anybody else, girl. It's a sin. That this old sick ass motherfucker. I'm sorry. I guess I will never get this story. I will never be a part of following this particular story, even though it involves my community on the outskirts, girl. Because I cannot stand these bitches. He's talking, oh, the gays. They're not mad at me. They're not mad at me. You a goddamn liar. I find you extraordinarily offensive. And I think you should shut your motherfucking mouth. If you are in crisis, if you got to work some things out, go off to a monastery some goddamn where. Go off into the hills, into the mountains of where your faith comes from, child, and figure it the fuck out. It's personal. Why is it got to be tied to your career? Your career. We're going to make a show. Oh, they're going to get good numbers. You ain't say that out your own mouth. It's going to get good numbers. Oh, it caused quite an uproaring, right? You think about it as content, nigga. That's all it is, girl. Go and figure out a way to pay your goddamn bills. Correct? I don't think this is going to be it, buddy. Yeah, you're going to lose the respect of the whole gay community, if they got any sense, child. Plus, the other ones that you're trying to impress, they're not impressed by you, sissy. They're not impressed by you, girl. And a lot of these motherfuckers who claim that they've delivered and all this kind of stuff, child, it's because they were pigs in the gay community. That's one thing I got from all those ex-gay organizations. All of them dissolved. All them ex-gay, well, they were out there getting fist fucked, girl, and putting their foot up their ass and all kind of crazy ass shit, girl. They were fucking somebody different every night in this thing. It was out of control for them. So it became a very ugly thing for them because they could not control their lives, girl. And that's why they had to throw, I'm delivered. I don't do that no more. It's nasty. It's not nasty for everybody, girl. No, it ain't. It ain't nasty for me. I ain't got to do nothing. I don't do shit that I got to be ashamed of, Miss Thing. Right? A lot of couples, a lot of people who are relationship oriented. There are a lot of young people now able to get married. They can have dreams like anybody else, any other human being. They can go to work, honey. They can buy them a condo or whatever, and they can get married. Some of them even raising children, child. Right? What do we do wrong? We just told a person how to love and took care of them, made sure their needs were provided for, honey. Right? It was nasty for you because you was out there wearing hoods and shit, girl. It was you out there in them leather hot pants. Anyway, people, I guess I just had to vent. I just had to get it off me. But just for the record, this boy is so much in debt, honey. Whoever the person who I refuse to mention, they said that there were 6. They said it was lawsuits and evictions. So I don't know how that works out, but there's 6 people pursuing his ass, right? 6 people he owes money to, bankrupt on all levels, honey. He ain't even paid his rent on his apartment, wherever the fuck that is. So he's a desperate person. And he ain't even mentioning the money. Don't even mention the money. But you saw when they start talking on there, that couple of minutes that we listened to, what was he talking about? The money. Oh, I'm talking about big money. Oh, I'm talking about big money. Oh, I know you're gonna take some losses in your cash apps. It's all about money. What did the Bible say about money? Now, there's great wisdom in there, honey. There's great wisdom in there. I ain't saying live by it, but I'm saying there's great wisdom in there. Money. It is not money We all need money. It is the love of money, which is the root of all evil, right? You were trying to open up church after church after church, be a big boss and big cat daddy and all this shit, girl. You have your relationship and your first gentleman and all that kind of shit, and it all fell to shit. Correct? Why? Because it was based on money, the love of money. It is the root of all evil. Think about it. Straight pastors do it. Child, they catch them with their draws down every other week. Every other week. And we're not even hearing about when William McQuEEN was in his heyday, honey. And they were all sending them all the information, child. It was every week, honey. But why? Because they're people and they're men. These men is dogs. They're dogs, girl. And they all different than nobody down by the other. Oh, at least he went with a man. Well, what difference does that make? Sin is sin, correct? Didn't the book you call God say that one sin was no different than the other? Mm-hmm. Child and pastors, they be beating their wives and beating their kids, and it's just a mess. Trying to be something that you're not. And then they always come up in there and told them what God told them this week. God said this. God said that. Who is you? What is you? What's your name? I am that I am. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday. I hope I ain't best with your mood. Later, people.